Civilization Part 25. Let's, yeah, Part 25. So, yeah, I, I don't know what to say. So, let's go ahead and get into the video. First, we start in Daily Britain Update. Of course, we are. And, bruh. Uh, that, and, yeah, okay. That looks like the ocean. So, yeah, we have Daily Britain update that's happening. If I can get a bigger brush, this would be a lot easier. Thank you. And also, there we go. And of course, they're gonna get their capitals once they get the right brush size, of course. And that's done. Now, Europe is a bit more unstable now because of events that have been happening, specifically in this area, also this area. Um, yeah, we're going to see what events have caused what this happened. Basically, oh, in this country declares independence from Finland, and Finland's not having that. Finland's like, why did you break away again? And these guys are like, what? What do you think? And Finland's all like, bro, that we don't think anything. It's just why. Fine, it's because your economy is not great right now, and Finland is like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but still, we're invading you now. And the breakaway country is like, whoa, 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 no, 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 wait, 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 wait. And yeah. I- Oh, oops. That would be funny to do. Hey man, yeah, Finland owns that land now, so we don't have to worry about any of this. Okay. Um, all this is not great. Like, this wouldn't be able to survive on its own, so probably this thing kind of goes in, like, can we just invade this and we'll split it with Finland if you want. Like, fine. So then they go in, and then Finland kind of goes in. Yeah, they kind of just divide the country, which, let's go and look at this piece. These borders look horrible. Let me fix that. Oh, oops. Looks a little better. That still looks ugly. There we go. There we go. And yeah, this country's kind of strong now. And guess who's gonna collapse? It's the green country. Yippee! Yeah, we're having a lot of collapsations today, aren't we? Yeah. A lot of collapsations, huh? But that totally wasn't funded by totally wasn't funded by these guys. What were these guys? You know? Oops. That totally wasn't funded or anything. It's also suspiciously close to their border and their border. Hmm. And yeah, they kind of take the capital, and yeah, it totally wasn't funded or anything. It totally wasn't funded. Um, yeah, let's go and see how it's divided up. Now, the red team is starting to become really freaking strong, as they have multiple gulfs and seas. They have access to the Indian Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and now the Gulf of, oh my God, the Persian Gulf, sorry. The Red Sea. I think I already said that, didn't I? And the Caspian Sea now. So yeah, they kind of own like their their water border, or the maritime borders, are like this for them. Whoop. That's a lot. It's a lot of maritime borders. Also, kind of this kind of area is a little bit disputed. With maritime borders, so they kind of just split it, so they don't have to dispute it. They just kind of split it down the middle. So yeah, so the red team gets that, and they get that. So yeah, that's kind of how it fixed. That's how we got world peace, kind of. Um, and yeah, and the red team's true intentions are going to be revealed in the next video. No, this is not gonna be. I'm not gonna gatekeep you. I'm not gonna end video, but like because it's gonna be 7 minutes long. But yeah, they're gonna be invading these guys, and okay. They're gonna be invading these guys and kind of taking land. Also, that color does not look good. So let me just fix that. If I can actually, it's fine. Yeah, that color looks a lot better for invasion. And they kind of invade the African colony, or I guess you could call this Carthage, if you will. But they kind of invade these islands, and also kind of, yeah. Also forgot about this bit. But these kind of countries are like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And their team's like, "Nothing." Well, they're definitely gonna keep an eye on them, and they're not gonna put troops on the border because they're also in the alliance. They might get kicked out. They might. Also, I forgot about this. Oops. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. So sorry about that. But yeah. I don't even have. Oops. I don't even have to like. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Like, literally, like erase. Yeah. And the red team is becoming Asia and Europe, as they're kind of taking over everything in their sights. Yeah, but let's go and look at another event. And that is the union between the purple Indian country and the blue Indian country. So I gotta kind of, how do I mix these colors? I guess I kind of do this, and there we go. So yeah, they kind of unite. They're one banner, and yeah, that's kind of what happened. And yeah, Vietnam is like, wow. Okay. We don't really care. But India asks them, "You want to join?" They're like, "Wait, what?" "Yeah, you can join," they said. Like, "Oh, then yeah." So yeah, it's kind of unionizing is starting to become a bit prevalent in this world. So yeah, this is when unions are kind of at their peak right now. Because if you're really weak and need and are about to collapse because of how weak you are, just just unionize. But like what I mean, not really necessarily though, because these two are the most powerful countries in the world and everything. So yeah, them all under one banner is yeah, not gonna be great for power rankings because this thing is insanely OP. It's kind of like the green Indian country now that I think of it. It's kind of like the green Indian country in Aegis series, which had a lot less land. They kind of had like up to here, and mainland they kind of had like this, all this. And they did have like all of this, and all that. Like, yeah, they did have some colonies. At one point, I think they even had Alaska, then sold it to the Brown team. Um, but yeah, um, the world is fine, but we couldn't have another collapsation, can we? As this is not great. As well, yeah, this is all just breaks away, and Portugal kind of collapses, and the green team, bruh, the green team kind of just annexes them. They didn't really go into war. They just kind of unionized with them essentially, just to not let them die. Also, this. Yeah, and a skirmish happens on this border, and well, you know the rest. And yeah, these guys have declared war, and yeah, they're retaliating. They take all their claim stuff, but these guys aren't having it because they're an older country. Remember, these guys are a lot younger of a country, so they're like less stable than these guys. These guys have a lot more time to stabilize and stuff. They completely kick them out. Even start to invade in their own territory. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I keep forgetting about this in wars. Major city layer. Keep forgetting about that. But they aren't able to capture the capital. They get to the gates, but they aren't able to capture it. Then they just conscript like 10,000 troops. Not 10,000, more like a million troops. No, not a million. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of troops. What I'm saying. They recruited a lot of troops or conscripted. They're, I don't know at this point. Yeah, they start invading again, and they aren't able to get to the major city until they are. And, yeah, it's kind of back and forth, but like, then they conscript more troops and, take back their major city and, yeah, kick them out too. And like, these guys are like, can we just stop doing war? And like, these guys are like, yeah, but as long as you get this claim out of my territory, like, they say no, and then you kind of invade them, and like, yeah. But, while they're invading, somebody by the name of the blue team kind of gets involved and kind of invades. A lot of invasion. Um, and these guys are like, what the heck, man? And these guys are like, bro, okay, good point. And they kind of take back most of the land. They take like their claim kind of area, and also, yeah, kind of invade outward a bit. Like this kind of area, they're winning. They're winning in the north, but these guys are just focusing on capturing the capital, getting down to the capital. They do, they are able to take the major city and circle troops and get them out. Now this is very sped up if you can't tell. Um, but then as they get down to Newfoundland and try to get to the capital, that's when the war kind of stalemates. And well, both sides say they don't really want to. No, don't. They don't really want to go to war anymore. So let's go ahead and look at this peace treaty. And there's kind of a land exchange. Like these guys get all of this land. These guys and also all of this land over here. Also the island. So yeah, they kind of get all of Newfoundland. These guys keep Newfoundland, but yeah, it's pretty much the war borders, pretty much, and these guys are able to get all that in a war. So yeah, nothing too complicated, pretty simple, and yeah, I don't, yeah. Now we're gonna have another event. These are a lot of wars, and that kind of makes sense why there's a lot of wars. But like the wars are for land, obviously, but like for I guess like I don't really know how to explain this, but like that whole this whole thing was for like was because of a border dispute, and this like this happened because they kind of collapsed. Um, this whole war happened because of the red team's plan. More on that in the next video, if I remember that is. I may actually just record that after right after this one. Now I think of it, so maybe not. But and also we had this union happening kind of because they would know they would be the strongest countries. It's the strongest country in the world if they did that. Like really, 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 really freaking strong. Also, by this point, probably the early 1900s. I'm just saying. But in technology, the equivalent in our time, like mid 1800s, about in technology. So yeah, they're still kind of using old guns, but not that old of guns. More like 150-ish year old guns, and yeah, kind of old. But oh, also I forgot about this. My bad. Yeah, I thought this was a whole different country, but they kind of get annexed by these guys. Actually, it would be better. Actually, yeah, that would probably be better if it was done by these guys. Actually, let's just have it divided. No, let's have it divided with these guys. Let's get divided up. If I can. There we go. That kind of gets divided up by them. Now, all these guys have all this coast right here. And these guys also have all this land now. These guys are a lot stronger now, and these guys are a bit stronger. Like, these guys are no longer just a giant jungle. They actually have decent land now. I think this is decent land. This might be jungle. But, yeah. Um, I think that's gonna do it for episode 25. And I'll go and make a thumbnail and go ahead and do 26, I guess. So, yeah. Bye.